It's the Being Frank Show with Frank D'Angelo. Tonight on the show, Frank's exclusive visit to Arnold Palmer's Latrobe Country Club in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Plus, an intimate interview with the golf legend, the king himself, Arnold Palmer. Also tonight, a special presentation of Frank D'Angelo's new music video, Winds of Time. And now, the Being Frank Show with Frank D'Angelo. He started by hauling apples and making his own juice. Today, Frank D'Angelo is an intrepid entrepreneur who plays hockey with his boyhood idols and hosts his own talk show. And oh yeah, he's quiet, soft-spoken, and reserved. Well, not quite. Tonight, Frank goes on the road and discovers a passion for the greatest game ever played, golf.
So we're in the office of the king, in the office of the great Arnold Palmer, and it's a little intimidating. It's all of these pictures with presidents, with stars, and what's incredible to me, being Canadian, is that his first major championship, as he was growing into the role of the king of golf, was in Canada. We're going to interview him in about 40 minutes. I'm quite excited. I saw him yesterday. We went to the golf course and I tried the golf. I think the wildlife on the course is signing a petition today never to have me come here again. And we saw him, and he still has an incredible air about him. He is the king. And in the 50s, I believe he made golf entertainment. It wasn't just a sport. He turned it into entertainment and a show that people tune in to see this great golfer.
And now Palmer will try to go 22 under by sinking this 20-footer. But the Weston Police Force intervene, and Arnold decides to wait out the course of justice, which is speeding by on a nearby road. If he sinks this one, he'll have a 63 and be another stroke closer to the Seagram Gold Cup. Well, we'll never know if it was the long arm of the Weston law that kept that ball from going in. Anyway, he's down in 64 to remain undisputed leader at 21 under par. The topic of conversation now is, can Arnold Palmer, with 18 holes to go, beat Johnny Palmer's 1952 Canadian Open record of 25 under par? It remains to be seen.
So we're going to take on a small tour here of his office, his memorabilia. There's thousands and thousands of clubs here. There's even the golf clubs that President Eisenhower used. If you're a golfer, you're in heaven here. And we're in Latrobe at the Arnold Palmer golf course, and he lives just right across the street. So it's incredible. I imagine people come from all over the world to golf here just to be able to get a glimpse of the king.
By popular request, Arnold, would you say a few words, please?
Thank you very much, Mr. Hamilton. I'd like to thank all the people at the tournament. I'd like to especially thank the greenkeeper for keeping the golf course in such wonderful condition. All the people in the clubhouse, they've certainly been very wonderful to me. And the galleries are certainly very wonderful. I don't think that I could have had any more rooters if I'd have been playing in my hometown.
The Being Frank Show is sponsored in part by Arizona Beverages, makers of Arnold Palmer Half and Half Iced Tea Lemonade.
All right, I'm going to grab a drink. Yeah, cool.
Oh,
Oh, yeah!
This is penne alla ragu with cipollini and rapini. It's very simple. It's delicious. A little bit of salt. And very important ingredient, Brunello. This Brunello is 2002. A little bit of ground beef. I ground the beef myself. This is veal, Provini veal, and grilled it a little bit, right? Here's the cipollini, the D'Angelo cipollini. They're beautiful. And here's a little bit of D'Angelo rapini. And I parboiled the penne. The penne is al dente. Put a little more salt, a little bit of oregano, or oregano as they call it across the pond, and a drop of balsamic vinegar. This is one of my favorite dishes in the world. Look at this. Penne with rapini and cipollini alla ragu. From zero to great taste. The 1-minute recipe.
D'Angelo Basket Fresh Cipollini in your favorite supermarket.
That guy is a meat eater.
You're a vegetarian.
Aren't they cute?
Now, they're a little intense. What about her?
Who, the milkshake lady?
No, lady with the salmon.
Oh, strange headgear.
Yeah, she's certainly intense.
Why is everybody intense? Are you intense?
No, I'm hungry.
Are we ready to order?
Sorry, no, not yet.
I thought you said you were hungry.
I am. What are you having?
That salmon looks good.
The Pickle Barrel, always something for everyone.
For over 25 years, D'Angelo Brands has been proud to bring you the very best to your table, like our premium vegetable oil, perfect for salads, frying, cooking or baking. D'Angelo vegetable oil makes every meal great.
The entry list this year provides probably the greatest galaxy of stars ever to gather on a Canadian golf course. Stars like Samuel Jackson Sneed, White Sulphur Springs, 6'5", 240-pound George Baer, the world's longest hitter. Former football tackled the University of Washington. George's longest drive was made in the 1953 Las Vegas Invitation. On a 476-yard hole, his tee shot hit one of the spectators around the green. Ted Kroll, one of golf's finest, from Maryland. Fred Hawkins, El Paso, Texas. Jackie Burke Jr., Kiamisha Lake. Doug Ford, also Kiamisha Lake. Dave Douglas, 1953 Canadian Open champion. Ed Fergal, 1953 U.S. Open champion. Mike Suchak, another gridiron and now golfing star from Durham, North Carolina. The Jolly Roger of golf, Ed Porky Oliver. Last year's U.S. amateur champion and now a professional, Arnold Palmer.
So we're at the famous Arnold Palmer course in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, with a very good friend of mine that I met here yesterday. I tried the golf here, Frank Silverio. How are you, Frank?
Great.
So how long you been here?
It'll be 20 years in March.
20 years? And do you like working here?
Oh, it's nice.
I enjoy it. Is this like the mecca of golf where everybody comes because Arnold Palmer just lives right across the street, and this is his course, and you can see him at any given time, so that people come here just to be able to get a glimpse of him?
Oh, yeah. People come from all over the country.
All over the world.
All over the world to come in and play some golf here and just get a chance to meet Mr. Palmer.
We're talking to the King's brother, Jerry Palmer. How are you, Jerry?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
Well,
and
my pleasure.
You always look sharp. I saw you yesterday for this first time I met you. You look spectacular. And this first thing in the morning, you're dressed to the nines. You look great. Feel good?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
So what room is this? What are we in right now?
This is Arnold's workshop.
And is this where they work on his clubs if he doesn't like the way the shaft feels or the grip? Because usually golfers blame the clubs, right? Is that a good thing to do? If you're having a bad game, you blame the clubs?
Well, it just depends on how bad. Yeah, there's bad and then there's worse. But yes, this is Arnold's workshop. This is where he comes to repair, not so much that anymore, but to find maybe a new level reaching out, seeing what he can do to better it.
It's been an incredible odyssey for me. Really getting into the game of golf, but here I'm in the King's office, and I'm with Donald Giffen, and his nickname is Doc, and he's a very pleasant man. And I asked him if I could interview him because he was a very prolific journalist that covered Mr. Palmer in his career, and now they've become very close friends. So, Doc, thank you very much for joining me this morning.
A pleasure.
And talking to me.
Pleasure.
And, you know, Canadians are big fans of Mr. Palmer because his first big championship was in Canada, eh? I can say that because that's what we say up there, eh?
Okay.
So, you were started off as a journalist.
Right. Yep.
So tell me about that.
In Pittsburgh. My whole orientation was Pittsburgh until I came out here to Latrobe with Arnold in '66. And out of University of Pittsburgh, I got a job at the United Press International, then called just the United Press briefly, into the Army for 2 years during the Korean War. When I came out, I went to the Pittsburgh Press, which was now defunct, then an afternoon newspaper in Pittsburgh. First on the copy desk for 2 years, but most of the rest of the time in sports. And that's where I first met Arnold at that time and wrote some about him, although I was not the main golf writer. In 1962, I left the press and went on the golf tour as press secretary. And in 1966, after 5 years of that job and traveling, Arnold asked me one day if I would be interested in going to work for him, that he needed some help. And that was 1966, and I came to Latrobe and have been here ever since.
Wow. So when you were in Pittsburgh and you were, even though you weren't the sports writer, but you were covering golf, was golf a big deal? It wasn't football and baseball and basketball. Was golf a big deal to cover?
It wasn't as much as it is now, and Arnold, among others, but Arnold primarily, I think, grew the game in that period of the late 50s and through the 60s to the point that Associated Press named him the athlete of the decade for the 1960s.
And I understand that, and he did. He brought it mainstream. He made golf entertainment when it was being covered on television, right? And he also made it mainstream. But I'm just curious, when you were writing in Pittsburgh, were they covering Mr. Palmer because he was the hometown boy from Latrobe?
Well, that's an interesting story. That's a good question because Bob Drum, who became somewhat legendary in golf later on when he did a television show on CBS, golf telecast called The Drummer's Beat, which was kind of patterned after the Andy Rooney segment on 60 Minutes. Bob Drum was our golf writer, and he was the first writer to recognize Arnold as a budding star when he was in high school.
And how long you been here for?
20 years.
And you like it?
Oh yeah, it's really enjoyable here. You get a chance to meet a lot of nice people.
Has he been doing this all his life?
All his life. I can't remember a time that he didn't have some tape, leather, grip, whatever. And from the time I can remember, yes.
So he likes tinkering with the tools of his art.
Yeah.
He enjoys to. So he loves his clubs.
He does love it. He loves it. He loves the opportunity to come back here. It's kind of a place where you come and he can think about more than just golf sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. So not only it's a place for him to tinker with his golf clubs, it's also something to calm down or
exactly.
like a reflection room.
Absolutely. This is home, and it feels good always.
Coming up, Frank's intimate interview with Arnold Palmer. The Being Frank Show is sponsored in part by Arizona Beverages, makers of Arizona iced tea with lemon flavor.
We're going to make veal scallopini alla pizzaiola with rapini. My mother used to say a plate of rapini a day keeps the cafoons away. Always start with a nice amount of extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of garlic, which I love, some oregano, freshly ground pepper, just a drop, a smidget of salt, a little bit of freshly diced tomatoes, and optional, my option, is a little bit of red wine. All these beautiful ingredients, we're gonna get them to saute, and then we're gonna add 2 beautiful, gorgeous pieces of veal scallopini, which I already grilled them a little bit. Gonna take a little bit of rapini. They are the ultimate ingredient to a great recipe and the ultimate ingredient to great health. Oh, the smell is intoxicating. Look how beautiful that is. And here you have veal scallopini alla pizzaiola with rapini.
Look for D'Angelo Basket Fresh Rapini in your favorite supermarket.
Introducing new Blueberry Cheetah High Octane Power Surge.
You guys are drinking Blueberry Cheetah.
The original's good, but the blueberry tastes even better. And since it's blue, it's a proud Toronto.
Let's go have some fun.
10 shots, 6 saves, 6 goals wins it.
Give it all you got.
Oh, you got it!
Way to go, Frank. Way to go, buddy. New Blueberry Cheetah High Octane Power Surge. Energize your taste buds. Energize your soul with no caffeine crash, and that's no bull.
So we're in the famous barn with Jerry Palmer. What's the story with this tractor that we're standing in front of, Jerry?
Well, it's a tractor that Arnie represented Pennzoil, and for years he had a contract with them, and this was kind of the thing that they built their whatever you want to call it.
This was their motto, right? That they kept the tractor going?
Right, that they kept the tractor going, and it still goes. It is a remarkable piece of machinery.
So it wasn't just advertising, they told the truth.
Well, oh yeah, absolutely. It was the truth in advertising.
Truth in advertising. So we are in like the Smithsonian Institute of Golf, except this one's owned by Arnold Palmer. And in here, this is really a museum. It's all of his past, all of the years that
future coming in.
I'm glad you pointed there. I'm curious. You've been, you're Arnold's brother, so we've been throughout his career, you've been by his side. Have you noticed a major difference in the technology of golf clubs from when he started playing in his youth till now?
Absolutely.
Like it's major, like the material that they're made from.
The golf balls, yes, the whole ball of wax, yes, sir.
So it's really made it, like it is a tough sport. People don't golf, they say like how hard could it be to chase a little ball around and hit it? How hard could it be? It is difficult.
Yeah, it is. It takes a lot of thought. It's all here between the shoulders.
And you need coordination.
Yes.
It's eye-hand coordination, is it not?
Yeah, but I wouldn't limit it. I wouldn't say that a person that didn't have that coordination couldn't play golf.
Yeah, but you need to be complete. Like Mr. Palmer's totally complete. The king is complete. He can tee off, he can pitch, he can get out of a sand trap, and he can
move that ball.
And he can putt.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So it doesn't matter if you hit the ball 300 yards and then you're on the putting green and you putt 3 times, you've just blown the hole, right?
Well, you're pretty disappointed. And if it continues to happen, then you step back and you think about it. And sometimes that works. Sometimes a guy will be so crummy he won't know what to do with himself. And I'm quitting the game. Well, he's not going to quit the game, but he might take a little vacation from it and come back, and it makes the biggest difference in the whole world. He's relaxed and ready to go.
So, I was just going to ask you. You read my mind. It's not really a game of relaxing because it's frustrating. It's a frustrating game.
Well, if you call, I don't think frustration is something to worry about. I think you just go.
So, do you get frustrated when you golf?
Yes, yes, and yes, and yes.
Yeah. You know what? I just started playing this year, and to me, it's I was always an athlete. It's really frustrating to me, and it's a game of patience, and you need to understand it. So in here, in this spectacular museum of the king, there's almost everything from his past to his present. There's golf shoes, there's putters, there's drivers, there's books, there's pictures, there's awards, there's trophies. Like every a stick of memorabilia from his past to his present is in here.
It's here, yes. Maybe with some exceptions, we send things over to Laurel Valley, his club over in Ligonier. But everything is here that needs to be here. And I don't know about the museum thing. Well, I know Arnold has talked about that, and they've looked into it. But I think they felt that this was the feeling. This gave you the feeling.
I agree. But that's why I'm saying, to me, this is like a museum in here. It's very nice. And it gives you the feel. It's authentic, and it's where he grew up.
Yep. And truly, I'm the person that brings people in here and shows it to them. It's amazing, their reaction.
Are most of the people you bring in here golf?
They're friends in golf. They don't have to be golfers.
No, but that's I want to make the distinction.
Yeah.
So somebody who have you brought people here who've never golfed?
Yes.
And they're still in awe.
Yes.
So you don't need to be a golfer to appreciate a collection of somebody's.
No. I think the collection in itself is something to behold without knowing whose or what it is. I think that it's pretty impressive.
What's your favorite piece that's in here? Do you have a favorite piece that's because there's
can we walk down here and I'll show you?
Yes, absolutely.
Down here, I think the weekend that he played and had a hole-in-one one day and went back to the hole the next day and had another hole-in-one. Somebody took the shoes and put them on this board.
Wow.
And it says there's a plaque here and it explains the whole thing. I could have read it to you, but I...
No, I like your explanation. So let me understand this. He had a hole-in-one in 2 consecutive days.
Yes.
Has that ever been done by any other golfer?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that you just don't know about it, but I'm sure that probably somewhere, somehow that has happened.
So how did Mr. Palmer, the king, when he got the hole-in-one one day and then the hole-in-one the next day, how did he react?
He was real cool about it. The first day there was no one there. They were playing and it was the third hole. They left the second green, went to the third tee. He hit it and went in the hole-in-one. So word got out that happened. Next day, same thing. They finished putting out on the second green, went over to the third tee, and people began to gather around. Up drives the NBC truck with the cameraman hanging out the window. Arnold's saying, "What's this all about?" And he knew the guy in the NBC guy, and they said, "Didn't you make a hole-in-one here yesterday?" And he said, "Yes." He said, "We came here to watch you do it today." He did it.
What a great story! What a great story! They must have been the cocky reporter, but the cocky reporter, who was being a little cocky, right?
Yeah, a little.
He was smart enough to get it. He got it. That was great. That's a great story. And so those are the shoes that he was wearing.
That he was wearing, and somebody took them and put them together and put a plaque on there. And it tells you the hole, what it was, what tournament it was, the whole.
So which golf course was that at?
Oh, that was in Maryland, near Potomac. It might have been the Chrysler Cup. I could read it to you. If I
It's
had my
okay. It's
glasses.
okay. It's okay. So I want to thank you because now we're going to go interview Mr. Palmer. And Jerry, you're an amazing guy, and I'm going to join this course just to come out and see you. And I'm going to get one of these beautiful green vests because everybody's wearing vests here. So it's got green looks good, which makes sense because it's a golf course, right? Being Italian, I like red. But I haven't seen anybody with any bright red vests. Black. Well, just in case. Anyways, been talking to the great Jerry Palmer, a very nice man, and he knows everything here because this is what he's done. You've brought people here.
This is my project.
This is your project, and it looks like a project of love. It's spectacular. I'm very impressed, and also I'm impressed how spotless it is. It's beautiful. Good job, Jerry.
Thank you.
Good luck. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you again when I come back and try.
Our new member.
As a new member.
Yes.
And I'll try not to say, hey, how you doing? I'll try to fit in.
You can say it any way you want.
God bless. Been talking to Jerry Palmer.
Coming up, Frank's intimate interview with Arnold Palmer. The Being Frank Show is sponsored in part by Arizona Beverages, makers of Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey.
For motorcycles, utility vehicles, ATVs, and accessories, trust Kahuna Power Sports. Kahuna is one of the GTA's largest authorized Kawasaki dealers with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles in stock. Come and experience the new Kawasaki 2011 Vaquero, featuring a 1700cc V-twin engine, 6-speed transmission, cruise control, and more. For friendly, knowledgeable sales advice and a guaranteed reliable service department staffed with some of the best factory-trained technicians in Ontario, visit Kahuna Power Sports at 5243 Steeles Avenue West, Toronto.
For over 25 years, D'Angelo Brands has been proud to bring you the very best to your table, like our premium vegetable oil, perfect for salads, frying, cooking or baking. D'Angelo vegetable oil makes every meal great.
Now you can get a copy of the tell-all new book by Frank D'Angelo, titled Being Frank, the inspiring story of Frank D'Angelo. In an exclusive limited-time offer for only $15.95 plus taxes and shipping. And as a special bonus, your copy will be personally autographed by Frank. Get yours today by visiting beingfrank.ca.
From the far reaches of the Orient comes an age-old recipe passed down from generation to generation. Introducing Cheetah Power Surge Caffeine-Free Energy Drink.
Here's the deal. Cheetah Power Surge is an all-natural blend of Chinese ginseng and royal jelly that gives you an all-natural burst of energy without the caffeine crash. Feel refreshed and revived with Cheetah Power Surge Energy Drink. Hey, life moves pretty fast. Cheetah helps you keep up. Cheetah Power Surge Caffeine-Free Energy Drink. Grab it, they're going fast.
So a lot of famous people come into this locker room, which you run, and you do a great job. What's the story behind locker number 11 over here?
Well, this is Governor Ridge, his locker here, and he comes in every once in a while. He'll come into play, but this is his locker.
So you always keep it open for him?
Yes.
How many clubs do you think are in this room?
Well, you see these 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 shelves back there. Those are putters. That's not all the putters. There's putters in the workshop or in the barn where we store them. They're laying around here. We think, and maybe I shouldn't say this, we think though Arnold has more putters than anybody else in the world.
So does he, like, is he is it just to collect them, like some people collect watches and stuff?
No, they're working tools.
So they're working tools.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very important.
Yeah, it's the closing, right? Like you can be a great golfer, but to close the deal, it's the putter.
That's well put. Yes.
Yes. So it's the closer. So for him, he's seen the importance of a putter. So every putter that he's ever used, he's kept. So he's been loyal to his putters.
Yeah, unless somebody's let him use it, they might suggest that he use it, and then they probably want to take it back just because he's tried it.
Yes. So that's a lot of putters. Does he know all the putters that he has?
I'll tell you, it's surprising. I think so.
So if he's got like 4,000 putters, he knows every putter that
well,
he has?
that may be a stretch, but he knows where the really good ones are.
So it's his art. It's his there's a painter who his talent is on a canvas, and his art is on the golf course. That's
yes, that's well put. Yes, sir.
And a golfer, it's very strategic, right? You pick and choose your shots to close the deal on the green.
That is right.
So what's the secret to you two guys having this great relationship all these years? Because usually, in this type of business, even pros, professional people, whether it's golf or football or movie stars, they change the people around them, or they blame the people around them if things don't go their way. So what's the secret of yourself being and having this long-term relationship?
It's kind of hard to say. One was when I took the job, I thought it was going to be, I was hoping it was going to be a long-term relationship, and Arnold and I have been friends almost from the start. His wife Winnie, his first wife who died, was always very nice to me, and we just got along. I tried to do my best, and I guess my best was good enough.
Your best was good enough. And you know Mr. Palmer?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he's like I saw him yesterday. He's a very nice guy, very humble guy.
Oh yeah, you couldn't meet a nicer person. He's always Mr. Palmer.
Does he still play a lot of golf?
He don't play as much as he used to, but he still plays a lot.
Well, you're a nice person, and thank you for talking to us this morning. And it was great to meet you. And thank you for taking care of us yesterday. Yeah, I had a great time here on the course. Thanks to you.
Come back again. And enjoy some more.
Good meeting you. Take care.
Good meeting you, Frank.
You've been here at the course for how long?
My whole life.
So you know this course inside out.
I would think so. I'm not that hard kind of player. I play to have fun, but it's where we were raised.
I'm impressed. You are loyal people. You're loyal to your roots. He never left. He's a guy who made it big in the world, but he stayed where he came from.
That's right.
And that's, to me, very impressive, because you can tell a lot about a man by the loyalty.
Yes. Well, we love it, and there are places that we go and enjoy, but this is home, and we always come back.
Well, it was an honor to meet you, sir, and thank you for talking to me this morning.
Absolutely. It's an honor for me to meet you.
Thank you very much. So you golf once a week, twice a week?
Usually Saturday and Sunday, and this year I've played a lot of Wednesdays.
Beautiful. You got the same three guys with you?
No, it's different. We have a fairly standard group, and on Wednesday it's all seniors, except they don't like to call themselves seniors. They call themselves experienced golfers.
That's great. Well, my dad, if I ever say that he's a senior, he'll knock my teeth out. I'm very lucky to have him in my life. Well, Doc, it was an honor to meet you. It was great to talk to you. Incredible history and loyalty, incredible friendship, and you guys are on the same rhythm. I guess that's why you guys have been successful as friends.
I guess. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc.
Coming up, Frank's intimate interview with Arnold Palmer. The Being Frank Show is sponsored in part by Arizona Beverages, makers of Arnold Palmer Half and Half Iced Tea Lemonade.
That guy is a meat eater.
Or a vegetarian.
Aren't they cute?
Now, they're a little intense. What about her?
Who, the milkshake lady?
No, lady with the salmon.
Oh, strange headgear.
She's certainly intense.
Why is everybody intense? Are you intense?
No, I'm hungry.
Are we ready to order?
Sorry, no, not yet.
I thought you said you were hungry.
I am. What do you have?
That salmon looks good.
The Pickle Barrel, always something for everyone.
Now I'm going to show you another great dish that I like to do. And I don't mind, since I'm cooking the same thing, I like using the same pan. So I'm going to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. And this time I'm going to put just a drop of wine. It's actually Brunello, my favorite. And I'm going to put a little bit of garlic in here, some oregano, some freshly ground black pepper. And I'm going to take some chicken breast that I grilled before. Look how beautiful that chicken breast is. I call this pollo alla rapini. I take some of my fresh D'Angelo rapini. My mother used to say to me, a plate of rapini a day keeps the cafoons away. And I like to put just a little bit of freshly diced tomatoes on there. Just a drop of lemon juice. Oh, healthy living, gives you a great quality of life. Look how great this looks, look how great this looks. Oh, I wish you could smell this. This is incredible.
Look for D'Angelo Basket Fresh Rapini in your favorite supermarket.
On this opening day of the race for the Seagram Gold Cup, 48 players out of a field of 190 broke par. Arnold Palmer, for instance, was out in 32. On the back nine, he's played 31 strokes so far. Well, that will be a 64 for Arnold, 8 under for the 18 holes. It's the best so far, and he could be the leader at the end of this first day.
I've been very lucky in my life. I've had a chance to interview many great people. I interviewed the great Paul Newman, I interviewed Al Pacino, and now I come full circle. I get to interview the king. You know, sir, there's artists that paint on a canvas, and what you do on a golf course is art. And it's an honor, sir, for me to be here in your presence. In fact, I'm a little intimidated. You've made me feel nice, but you're just a great person. And I want to thank you for allowing us to be here in your office and interview you.
Well, it's nice to have you in Latrobe, Pennsylvania. And of course, I should be thanking you because my first PGA Tour win was the Canadian Open in Toronto.
Yes, I know that, and Canadians are very, very proud, and you're an idol of all golfers in Canada.
Well, I love Canada and have, and of course go there quite a lot. And I played a lot of golf there over the years.
Did you know when you were growing up here in Latrobe that your career was going to be a pro golfer, and the impact that you had on the game, where you basically made the game entertainment?
Well, I hope that I've contributed to the game. It's been wonderful. I owe everything I have to golf and the people who surround people like yourself, who have been so generous with their time. The broadcasting media, the whole thing has been just very, very relieving and rewarding to me for all my years. My father, my mother, my brothers, sisters, everyone, we owe the things that we have to the game of golf, but also to the people who have supported the game, such as yourself.
But you know, I was talking to Doc earlier, and when he was a journalist in Pittsburgh, he was saying that his first thing was to do is to cover golf, and golf was not that big at that time. It was baseball and football, but yet there was this kid in Latrobe who started showing signs of genius on the course, and you became Pennsylvania's favorite son. And then in the 50s, you turned golf into entertainment. And I think that that's why golf became a major sports coverage. And in the 50s, it was Arnold Palmer on television. We got to watch Arnold Palmer. So you made it, it wasn't just an athlete's game, but it was entertainment. So you are the reason golf has become this popular and this big and this huge.
Well, I don't know about that. There were a lot of people involved in a lot of things. And as I say, the media, such as yourself, and the people that supported my efforts to play the game, and just playing the game, the challenge of playing the game, makes it so exciting. And I see people play every day, and it's fun for me to just watch them, and it's always an effort. The game of golf is not you and your friend, it's you. You do it yourself, and that makes it fun too, and that has been my challenge for all my years. And as I say, I can't say enough for the people. Canada has been so supportive of me in my efforts. I won the Canadian PGA, I won the Canadian Open, and those things are things that I'm very proud of, and it's the association of having been there and done it, and going back and having people know who I am and recognizing it makes me feel pretty good.
Coming up, Frank's intimate interview with Arnold Palmer and a special presentation of Frank D'Angelo's new music video, Winds of Time. The Being Frank Show is sponsored in part by Arizona Beverages, makers of Arizona iced tea with lemon flavor.
I'm a superhero, and I drink Cheetah. Ooh! Cheetah contains, and that means, while I'm fighting evil, rescuing people.
Oh, come on!
Or just being generally awesome.
Jean shorts!
Also, I can fly. I am a superhero, and I drink Cheetah.
Hi, I'm so excited. We're going to give you the 1-minute recipe of our new product, rapini. My mother used to say a plate of rapini a day keeps the cafoons away. Very simple dish, very good for you. And this is called rapini alla pizzaiola. It's a personal recipe of mine. It's extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of garlic. Put the garlic the way you like it. I like lots of garlic. Freshly diced tomatoes, oregano, a little bit of salt. Go light on the salt, as everybody knows. I like putting a little bit of white wine in here, and that's optional. We're gonna put a little bit of rapini in there now that it's sauteed. You can use them right out of the bag frozen if you want, or you can take them out of the bag the night before, put them in a plate, and let them thaw out. I like putting a little lemon juice in here. Rapini is full of vitamin C, it's folic acid, but it tastes great. Look at this. Look how beautiful this dish is. Enjoy.
Look for D'Angelo Basket Fresh Rapini in your favorite supermarket.
He keeps the cup for a year, but for his permanent possession is a beautiful miniature presented to him by Phil Farley. Arnold also wins $2,400, and to present the check to him is Dr. Earl Turner, president of the RCGA.
Ceremonies is said, and I'm sure he'd like to wrap up the Western Golf and Country Club and take it away with him if he could. Be sure and come back next year, Arnold.
Thank you very much, Dr.
Congratulations.
Turner. Thank you.
Arnold Palmer, an amateur just 9 months ago, who takes the Seagram Gold Cup home with him. His victory becomes even more impressive when you look at some of the great golfers he had to beat to win this championship. Yes, Arnold Palmer's a mighty pleased boy. He's the new Canadian Open champion.
So I just want to ask you, because I went all over the place and seen all the memorabilia. It's incredible. They call it the barn, yeah. But to me, I call it the museum. It's like a spectacular museum of your stuff. So I saw your shoes with the 2 golf balls, and so can we talk about the day you got a hole-in-one and nobody really covered it, and then the next day, a gutsy reporter came to see you, and tell us about that, where you got 2 hole-in-ones.
Well, it happened at Avenel in Washington, and I played around in the first round on the par 3, 3rd hole. I hit a 5-iron and knocked it in the hole. Well, I've made some hole-in-ones in my life, and that was no big deal. It was great to make a hole-in-one, and that was it. The next day, I came to the same hole, and conditions were exactly the same. And there were a group of cameras and cameramen there, and I looked at them and I said, "What in the world are you guys doing here?" And they said, "Well, didn't you make a hole-in-one here yesterday? And I said, yes, I did. They said, well, we came to film the one you're going to make today. I said, you what? They said, we've come to film the one you're going to make today. And I laughed. I said, well, thank you very much. We'll have a shot. And I hit it. I hit the 5-iron. Same, everything's identical. It was like it didn't happen the day before. It was just happening for the first time. And the ball did the same thing. It hit on the green right up and went in the hole for another hole-in-one. And they've put it on film. And of course, that's the 2 balls, the same hole 2 days running. I don't know that that's happened very many times.
But the reporter must have been elated. He must have went crazy.
Well, we have the film, so we can look at it.
In its inaugural last September, American captain Arnold Palmer gave the event instant celebrity by scoring 2 holes-in-one on successive practice rounds at the same hole.
That's a little unusual.
You're a loyal guy. You're most people when they from their hometown they blossom into something, a superstar like you, they move. You never left. This is where you grew up. This is where your father grew up. This is where your grandfather grew up. You never left Latrobe.
That's right. And I spend a great deal of my time right here in Latrobe, and I enjoy it very much.
Well, the golf course is spectacular. I mean, I played it yesterday. It's breathtaking. I've been lucky in my life. I've done a lot of traveling, but this golf course is surreal. It's phenomenal. Well, I forget which hole we were on, Rob, but the one where we're at the top, and it's 10. The 10th hole it's a postcard.
Pretty, isn't it?
It's beyond pretty. It was, the only problem for me on the golf course was me, because I stink. But I do look great on the golf course. I dress very nicely, which is important. But the course is magnificent. In fact, I'm joining this course.
Good.
I know that'll be an excuse to come to Latrobe and bump into you.
We'll make it easy.
So your dad and you were very close.
We were, yes. He was tough on me.
So is my dad, but he's my best friend, and I'm lucky to have him in my life. But you guys were close. You guys were tight.
Very close, and we spent a lot of time together.
And he brought the best out in you.
Well, he helped. Just about everything I have, I owe to him because of his teaching.
But you did something special too for him.
Well, I hope so.
You when you made it, the first thing you did was you bought this golf course for him.
Well, that's true, and of course we're very proud of it.
That's a great story, sir. That makes you feel proud. Great people make great things happen, and that shows that there is a humanity. For a son to honor his father and buy him a golf course, that's.
Well, we enjoy it, and I enjoyed him and my association with my father.
So at this stage of your life, Mr. Palmer, how do you feel? Like you're a successful brand, people recognize you. You're still one of the most prolific names in golf. Have you achieved everything you wanted in your life?
Well, I want to continue to do things that I'm doing. I like the work that I'm doing. We work very hard for the hospitals. We have the Arnold Palmer Hospital in Orlando, and that is something that's very important to me. But in Latrobe, I'm chairman of the board of the foundation for the hospital, and that sort of thing gives me a personal satisfaction, and I want to continue to do that.
Well, Mr. Palmer, I want to thank you. I mean, this is probably one of the greatest moments of my life, meeting you, and I wish you nothing but the best, and I hope the future brings you anything that you want, and you're a great guy, and thank you for allowing me to be here and interviewing you, sir.
Well, thank you for coming here and doing this, and of course, I'm happy to hear that you serve Arnold Palmers in your restaurants.
Nothing but the best, sir, and my father loves Arnold Palmer, and I would say, and it's not a gratuitous plug, I'm just being sincere, the Arnold Palmer lemonade, half and half, is to me one of the greatest drinks known to mankind.
Thank you, and I hope you'll give your father my best regards.
I will. And my dad, did you hear Mr. Palmer? Because my father says every time I do an interview, I have to mention him.
Very good.
So we've been talking to the king, the great Arnold Palmer, here in Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
And now, great moments from the D'Angelo Annual Golf Classic.
There was a time when I thought things were so wrong, but then I started to see the light, and now I know I can be strong, and that will always be in my side. You know I can make it. You know I can make it. You know I can make it. If I try, if I try, if I try, if I try. You just can't keep a good man down. He will always come back around. You just can't keep a good man down. No, you can't, no, you can't. You just can't keep a good man down. He will always come back around. You just can't keep a good man down. No, you can't, no, you can't. It will always show that strength will grow. You may be down, but you're not out. So listen to me right now, 'cause this is what life is all about. Here we go. Oh, you know I can make it. You know I can make it, babe. You know I can make it. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Coming up, a special presentation of Frank D'Angelo's new music video, Winds of Time. The Being Frank Show is sponsored in part by Arizona Beverages, makers of Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey.
Today what we're going to do is we're going to join rapini and cipollini together with some new recipes. Today I'm going to make you salmon alla cipollini with a little bit of rapini. We got some fresh salmon, which I cut myself, beautiful, and put just a drop of Tabasco sauce, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt, and put just a little bit of rapini, and my favorite, cipollini. Oh, I love them. These onions are sweet. And I'm going to put just a little bit of wine and a drop of balsamic vinegar. I wish you could smell this. This is incredible. I'm going to put just a drop of extra virgin olive oil in here. And this is a quick dish, and it's spectacular. How amazing that is. Rapini with cipollini and gorgeous salmon. Oh my God.
D'Angelo Basket Fresh Cipollini in your favorite supermarket.
Unlike other energy drinks out there, Cheetah doesn't need crazy stunts or poorly animated, unfunny cartoons to get you to buy our drink. We know you like Cheetah because it's simply the best tasting energy drink out there. It's also caffeine free, so you won't experience that nasty caffeine crash. And most important, it's all natural, just like me. So get up off that couch and go grab a Cheetah Power Surge.
Hey, cut!
These cans are really big.
Yeah, they're huge.
It's making my back hurt a
I
little.
can imagine.
For over 25 years, D'Angelo Brands has been proud to bring you the very best to your table, like our premium vegetable oil, perfect for salads, frying, cooking or baking. D'Angelo vegetable oil makes every meal great.
to climb. I need to slow down and keep both feet on the ground. Cause you know things are so fast and they're not gonna last. I look into my rearview mirror and things go by. I got no time to say hi. Every single day must be a memory to stay. You'll never get back yesterday. The winds of time till life has such a cry. The winds of time don't change your mind. The winds of time till life has such a cry. The winds of time will not change your mind. I was just a little boy yesterday, thinking life was just a play. But now I know what it means every day, and in my heart I just wanna stay. I look into my rearview mirror and things go by. I got no time to say hi. Every single day must be a memory to stay. You never get back yesterday. Till life has such a cry. The winds of time can't change your mind. The winds of time till life has such a cry. The winds of time cannot change your mind. Give it to me, baby. Right, yeah. I look into my rearview mirror and things go by. I got no time to say hi. Every single day must be a memory to stay. You never get back yesterday. Till life has such a cry. The winds of time can't change your mind. Sing it with me, baby. The winds of time till life has such a cry. Right. The winds of time they can't change your mind. Everybody sing it. The winds of time till life has such a cry. The winds of time can't change my mind. Gotta live today, baby. Till life has such a cry. The winds of time can't change your mind. You gotta listen to me right now. I know what I'm talking about. The winds of time till life has such a cry. The winds of time can't change my mind. The winds of time till life has such a cry.
The Being Frank Show would like to thank Arizona Beverages, D'Angelo Brands, Cheetah Power Surge, Pickle Barrel Restaurants, Suzuki of Pickering, Forget About It Supper Club, Mama D's Restaurant, FM Embroidery, A Celebrity Limousine, Carparelli Guitars, Kahuna Power Sports, and the Hilton Garden Inn, Toronto Downtown, for providing guests of the Being Frank Show with first-class accommodations. Fans of the Being Frank Show can follow Frank on Twitter at FrankDangelo23. Be part of our studio audience and you could win $25,000 in the greatest sidekick known to mankind contest. Visit www.beingfrank.ca for details and studio audience tickets.